Hello and welcome to the CSRv at 5 channel. Today I'm going to show you the ICE deployment in regards to the SXP, how the SXP works with other Cisco hardware, including the switches, routers and the wireless controllers. So in my deployment, I'm not going from the scratch, but this is something I can do in the future. I can go more deep dive and can show you in more detail. Also this channel I'm going to focus for the CCI version 6, and I will pick each single topic and go in more detail and help other people, the students who are preparing for this exam. So let's join with me and let's have a look. So what I have done over here in my deployment in ICE, I already added my network kit, for example 55006 firewalls, CSRv. This is the latest version of 2019. I don't know which one is it, but I can double check and we will have a look. I got one switch and a wireless LAN controller. What also I have done is, for example, I'm going to show you is, let's see, I have simplified the locations. For example, I give it a name where it is. See that, you can see that's in Preston. It is in section of firewalls, router, switches, wireless controllers. So it's to more, it can significantly more increase or give you more insight to where to place your network devices. I also have already configured some of the rules for .1x with wired and wireless. I can show you some of them I have done. I can show you that the wireless one I'm doing, as you can see, I am doing the wireless controller, and I'm then putting in the place in Preston. So it's more proper place, things in more order instead of going here and there. And then what else I'm doing, here is, I'm saying that is if it's a wireless A2.1x, then I'm going to do a CSRv domain controller. That is my Windows AD running 2012. And oh, by the way, I just want to mention that I am doing EPTLS. So I'm using my certificate. So in that case, my Windows user machine and the user itself has been given a certificate. And once the certificate and machine and the user certificate requirements are fulfilled, they can join. In that case, for example, the employee one having this EPTLS beep and radius SSID contains .1x is my SSID name and is group of employee, then I'm going to have a access, giving access WLC employee access. This one, employees, these security group text. So I'm going to talk to you in 5-10 more minutes. First I'll give you an overview. At the same time, on this one, let me get my pen. With machine, so as I told you that I was doing machine authentication and user authentication as well. So same machine domains is part of is contained SSID.1x beep EPTLS. Then is going to give WLC machine access. So let me show you wireless controller configurations, but before that I need to show you the CSRv 5 domain controller setup. That's what I'm doing. So I already mentioned that I'm doing a certificate. So let's see, it will be external identity source, yeah, and that's my domain. Sometimes it's stuck over here. I think I'm just stuck now. Okay, so we're gonna open Internet Explorer. It's gonna take time over there, you know, on the Firefox. I don't know why it's taking a long time. So in the meantime, I can show you quickly from here. Taking a long time now. Okay, yeah, this one, sorry, X identity source sequence. So I took my CTVisor 5 domain controller. So you can see over here that I checked my box for the cert based authentication, and I'm only doing my CTVisor 5. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the wireless controller configurations. So I have already configured the access list on the wireless controller. So I give a machine access. So only machine access I'm allowing DSCP client and DSCP server, and DNS any. Then also I have created one more rule. That's my any traffic coming to 192.168.100.72 is my AD, and the same employee access I'm doing permit IP any. So that's one side done, and now I'm going to show you the wired side of the configurations. So wired switch and the configurations is kind of this way. So we have wired client connected to the switch, and then switch is connected to the virtual CSR router, and that router is connected to the ICE, and the CSR also connected to the internet at the same time. Now let's coming back and talking about to the SXP. So in my case SXP, we got speaker, wireless LAN controller, my switch is speaker as well, and my router is acting as enforcement point. Ideally you can do the enforcement over here on the switch, but my setup was a bit different, so I'm not going into that detail, but then it's more simplified I did. So I have to bring in CSRv and point the enforcement over here. That's going to help me with my tagging from the speaker from the WLC to the switch, sorry, to the SXP, and from the ICE. So let's give you actually one more overview. I think might be it's too getting complex for you guys, could be. So my speaker is speaking that way, SXP is speaking that way. At the same time ICE is listening from this guy from wireless LAN controller, and he's also talking to the SXP with the router. So also at the same time I have one wireless LAN wireless client, Windows 10 and Windows Windows 9, sorry, Windows 8, sorry, Windows 7. So now I'm going to show you the SXP side of this network, how I configured it. So let me go through with you. So what I have done over here is I configured AD DNS controller. So actually this is my AD controller. He is acting as a DNS, DSCP as well. This is my employees. These are my groups in AD that I am matching. Then I have a FMC server. So it sounds like this is a firepower console. I got ICE server, and I have a stealth voice that's not been in yet at the moment now, so we're gonna bring it sometime later on. And I have a group called students as well. I think I forgot to mention to you this students. Let me show you in my policies with wired and wireless. So I think I just haven't shown you only the wireless one now. So you can see over here I created one more group called student. So what I'm saying is that all students, so obviously whoever my students are, it will be in this folder, and they're connected to .1x, my SSID, and is TLS and PEEP. They should be able to access to wireless employee access as full access, and with SGT group is name is student. So what I have done over here is my SG ACL. You can see that AD DNS ICMP I said permit UDP source destination equal to domain 6768 for the DHCP server, client server, and I say permit IP and deny all logs. On the other side, FMC, I am saying is permit ICMP. Okay, so on the let me show you the IP HTTP mapping. So that's why I did that 192.168.100.72. This is my AD controller. It's been given 17 HTTPACL number, and 75 is my stealth while we're not using now, so I will bring some in next videos. And 200.11 is my FMC server, and my ICE is 212 is equal to ICE is on 18. So let me show you my policy now. So I already customized this. You can customize view, so I create customize view. So what I am doing over here is, you can see that employee is connected to the AD DNS. He has full access in regards to AD DNS ICMP, and then denies IP. And on the other side, the students have no access to the FMC. So let's try and see how this works. So remember that the students have no access to the FMC, and the employee have access to FMC. So let's check this one first. So I'm gonna bring my wired computer. So I'm gonna change my user into IT. This is IT1. He has full access. So if I check the logs, super putty, Cisco, I think that was the one. Okay, this one, so we will come later on. It's giving me IP address conflict, so it's a lab environment, so obviously it's the early stages and I'm just making this video, so apologies for these small mistakes coming up. So let's see if I have access to the internet. Okay, I have access to the internet now. So according to the so the IT user belongs to employee, so he must have access to the firepower side. So it's firepower.cdyz 5.ddns.net. In the meantime, I try to log into the Windows 10 server. So Windows 10, we're gonna see. Let's see. Actually, okay. So this came up. So we know that employee can access. The FMC. So admin Cisco. Proceed. So you can see that it's gone through, so that's working. Okay, so we know that from wired we can connect to the employee as a group. IT person or IT member is in a group of employee. So now we're gonna close this. I'm gonna log off. and now I am going to log in as a student. Actually, let me show you. We should see the log messages. If I remember was, yeah. So we're gonna log in as a student now. The student 1 is my user. So the message now that's successful. Show IP device tracking all. So I've been given this IP address. So now we're gonna connect to the FMC and see if it works or not. In the let's wait. Let me show you this one now. So HTTPS that was firepower.cd/5.ddns.net ddns.net. So if I can let's see if I can ping this ns lookup cd/z firepower cd/z5.ddns.net. So it's telling me this IP address is this, and it's not working. 168.100.211. So we cannot ping either. So actually this shows that it's not working. So let's see behind the scene what is going on. Actually, before I go behind the scene, I need to show you that how they are set up. The SXP bindings are how they're working. So if I go to the SXP devices, so what I have done over here is you can see the wireless LAN controller. Wireless LAN controller IP address is this. User role is speaker. ICE enable. So I define a custom password and is version 4, but I think it's version 2500 is running on version number 2. So let's double check. Trust set enable speaker. Yeah, that's my IP. Retry, and that's my ICE server. So he's saying that SXP mode is speaker. So when I come back over here, so he's asking, I'm telling him that PA role is speaker. So that makes sense. So let's see. Okay, that's really good. And then I have a CSRv that is acting as a as an enforcement point. So CSRv, that's the IP address. PA role is listener, ICE, and custom, and I define the password. So let me take you to the CSR now. The connection will be restart Admin Cisco show run section radius CTS SXP AAA. So these are my complications over here now, so you can see. So I define a new model, then I'm calling a server name, and so this is my doing dynamic author as well. So I think this was not needed over here. The main part is the CTS configurations over here. So I've done define that one. So you can see that the SXP connection is 192.168.100.25. So that is my switch. Yeah, and the CSR server, and again now then 198.162.212 is ICE, and the router. So it will be something like this. So I have router, I got switch. So he's talking to switch at the same time, and he's also talking to the ICE. So he is listener, he will be speaker, sorry for the bad writing, and ICE is again now listener again then. So see that, so in my configuration let's see the ICE is acting as what. So CSRv is listener, so that means he's speaking as well then, so that will be a speaker then. Now again, now the other interesting part is I have WLC. So actually WLC is directly speaking to ICE. Remember that over here, because when I go to my configuration site on the WLC, so the WLC is pointing to the ICE server. Yeah, okay. So if I go back now, so behind the scene, that when I try to ping from the wired from wired to FMC, so let's say FMC is over here, it was blocking, remember that, for the student, so it was going over here, traffic was going here, coming back here, and going to like this. So remember, the traffic is flowing in that way is because of the enforcement over here. Ideally you can put enforcement over here as well, but it's up to you, because you have to design. My design was a bit different, I came with a different design, but if you want you can do it. It will work. Also remember that in deployment you have to create one SXP as a seed, CTS or SXP as a seed switch, who can then and all do all the magic work for you. So now I'm going to show you the configurations what we see. So if I actually, you know what, let me, this is the same something. So that's what I defined, but it was learned from the ICE. It's not been defined manually. So you can see that CTS role based is enforcement, so I'm bringing enforcement over here then. So if I do show SXP, show CTS pack, so you can see that it's been downloaded as well. Show CTS environment data, you can see that all the tags are being downloaded. Show CTS STT role based STT map all. So that's what he's learned with CLI, and he's learning all these from SXP. We can see show CTS roll back ACS, so what is downloaded as well. Show CTS policy, STT. So have a go through. So just what we configured on the ICE is being downloaded here, and he's doing all the work here then. So going back over here now, so let's try. We already tested from the wired, so let's try from the wireless now. Let's do this way. So let's try from okay, this came back, radius logs. So I don't know why we're getting the CTS messages with red alerts. Info detail, matrix name production, I don't have that one defined, so I don't know why he's been rejecting now. So anyways, let's see, go back, and we're gonna connect with the with wireless now, and let's see. So from this person I should be able to, from IT user should be able to connect to the FMC. So let's test this. Actually, the other thing you can see from here, I forgot to mention is now, is that show authentication sessions. Let me see, show interface status, show authentication session interface gig Ethernet 0/1 detail. So you can see that the username is student1 and is VLAN 11 and STT value of 20. So our student value is from the IC is 20. So let's double check. 20. Let's go back over here. SXP components, and the student is 20 STT. So that's what we're getting at. That's look good. And now we're going to connect to the okay, so with this IT user CDYZ HTTPS firepower.cdyz DNS.net. Okay, seems like I am able to connect. Okay, that's working, so we know it's working now. So I'm going to log out, and I need to log in as a student one. Remember in my topology I was doing a wired one. With wired I was doing the MS chat, EVE MS chat, and with wireless I am doing EVE TLS, and I never logged in with the student now, so that means I need to get my certificate from a user first. So let me do that one quickly while you guys stay tuned. So I'm gonna log control plane, internet settings. This is what I'm doing now, so I will be able to get the certificate done. Oh, I put the wrong username. Okay, we have to wait. Let me try again. Okay, I'm gonna sign out, and I'm gonna sign in as my student. So because I enable my other NIC card, that NIC card is connected to my ADs, so I can log in, I can provision this certificate then. So by doing this, so I can connect from SSID more easily, because if I logged in without enabling this NIC card, so I won't be able to log in as a student. So let's settle this down, and when I settle this down, I'm gonna request the certificate for the user, log in as a student one. So I'm hoping that the machine certificate is already in there, so we don't need to do or redo it. So let's do and have a look. In the meantime, let me show you the okay, actually let's get this out first. That'll be set mgr.msc still thinking. I like it. Somehow it's working very slow. Okay. Okay, camera. I'm gonna get the certificate. Request a certificate. So that will be my user certificate. It's done. So let's see. There you go. That's good. So I should be able to connect now. So I need to connection network control plane.